Okay, citizens, we are building and painting Judge Dredd. This is the 1/9 scale vinyl model from Halcyon. I want to say this came out in the mid-90s. There was a set of three of them. There's Judge Dredd, Judge Death, and also Judge Anderson. Now I found this one on eBay, thankfully I was a decent price because these can get pretty pricey right now. And it looks like the previous owner had already started to paint up some of the different areas, and they were nice enough to clean off all the vinyl gates that are synonymous with these models. If you have never worked with a vinyl model before, try it out. They're interesting. Because unlike plastic injection models, they don't come on a sprue. You're going to get a bag full of parts that are already put together, and you're going to get some extra vinyl on each of the ends of the parts. That's where the cleanup comes in on these, and like I said before, the previous owner was nice enough to take care of all that for me ahead of time. So the way you do that, basically you either put the parts in some hot water to soften them up, or use a hair dryer. Don't use a heat gun because that could burn you and it could ruin your model, but in the long run, yeah, it could burn you. So the parts here, yeah, super glue is your friend for vinyl model kits. You can't use regular hobby cement because it's not going to melt the vinyl, so you can bond it together. So you want to use super glue. I always use super glue gel for these. Yeah, super glue gel will be your best friend when working with a vinyl model. And then what I'm going to do next here, take some sandpaper, and where the two parts are going to meet, I'm going to rough them up with that sandpaper. I think it's 600 grit. I just want to get something so the super glue gel will have something to bite into. I mean, I don't have to do it. It will bond regardless, but at least this way I know that I'll have a stronger bond when I put those two pieces together. And then we get the belt in there, and we're going to get our super glue gel. Nice amount of it there. Pop those into place. Yeah, I think I put a little bit of activator. Yep, you missed it on there, but yeah, I did. So I'm putting some activator on those boots as well. I wanted to make sure I had a strong bond for the legs, because I don't want him falling apart on me. Now with this model, I wanted to do I didn't want to do just like the box art because it's very bright and colorful. I originally joked around saying I was going to make him grim dark, but I think grim dark would be too dark for this character. I mean, yeah, it is Judge Dredd, but in the end I ended up doing some very desaturated colors, some really darker versions of the box art. You'll notice my voice is a little off. I don't know if it's seasonal allergies or a head cold, but yeah, I think those nurglings are back, and no, I don't have the sound effect for them right now, so we'll just get on with the model. So there's the hair dryer right there. We're going to pop that sole in there, and it softens up the vinyl to the point where it's right there. It goes right into place, no problems. Bootlicker! Sorry. And then we're getting some more super glue gel on the shoulders here, and get that arm in place there, which is going to leave a nice gap there, which, looking back now, I probably didn't need to fill that in because a huge pauldron goes over it, but I do it anyway. Why not, right? Okay, look around. There's the arm right there. So it's got both arms. There's the plastic putty. The head is not glued in place. I had to play around with the head because, I don't know, the head by itself, and if you put it in right where the joint is supposed to be, he could be called Judge Giraffe. And the head is the neck is so long on his head, but I make it work in the end. All right, warming up some more pieces, and we're just gonna look at that, pop right in place. You couldn't do that if you didn't warm up the pieces. I really enjoy these vinyl models. I have the creature from the Black Lagoon that I showcased in one of my last videos. That's a Halcyon. No, that was a Horizons creature, was the vinyl kit. I've got that one. I've got a Robocop, a model of the Guyver, and also the Medusa from the first Clash of Titans. Alright, so the original owner looked like he chewed away at that pauldron, so I just want to make an insert to kind of hide the crimes and cover it up and just make it look a little bit neater. So I'm just taking some painter's tape, making the marks, and I'm going to transfer this onto a sheet of sheet styrene. Okay, while I'm doing that, I just want to thank all the new subscribers. We're slowly making our way up to our first 1,000, so I thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is a journey that it just keeps on getting more and more exciting. So thank you so much. I appreciate all the subscriptions. Okay, I'm going to fit this into place here, see if I need to make any adjustments, which I end up doing. There you go, and then there's the finished piece there. Yeah, see, I didn't have to fill in those gaps on his shoulder. Oh, look at that mug. And the law. Yeah, it looks like the baddest cop in Mega City 1 got stung by a bunch of bees. Get that boy some Benadryl. Alright, we're fitting that part into the pauldron, and it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to look better than what I had originally received. So that's where we're at there. Fit it on top of the shoulder. And yeah, I had so much fun with this kit. I mean, it took a little bit longer than I expected, but it was so worth it. I mean, the end result, it's still... this has turned into one of my favorite models that I've done on the channel. And I was talking to a friend that said if I ever go to a show, I'd like to take the Special Weapons Dalek and then this Judge Dredd. You know what time it is. Time for the Stylorez Black Primer. Look at that. I even got a special little card for that. So we're going to go ahead and get them taken care of here. The original owner looks like he had some enamel paints on there. Not a problem. The Stylorez is going to coat that just like it coats the raw vinyl there. Yeah, my voice is just sound like crap right now, so I apologize for that. But I wanted to get the video up so I could start my next project. Alright, so the head here, I don't do the entire head with the Stylorez Black. Yeah, any of the fleshy bits are going to be primed with the Vallejo Surface Primer, Ghost Gray. Alright, so after that's done, even though he's sprayed with black primer, I'm using Abaddon Black for the base coat. I had debated with myself whether I wanted to just keep the outfit completely black, but now he has to have a little bit of blue in him. So yeah, so I'll add some more color into him, into the body a little bit here. Getting the pauldron primed up as well, and now we go for the highlighting color. Citadel's the Fang. I'm just going to mist this onto him with the airbrush. A little bit here and there, just to add a little bit of color. Yeah, I think the all black would have been too much. Even if I wanted to go a little bit more on the desaturated type feel. Yep, there's that Ghost Gray. That's Vallejo Surface Primer. I know my bottle of Stylorez Black was giving me the side eye when I was doing this, so sorry. I just wanted to make sure that I could do the skin tones over a light base and not a black base. Alright, the dark camo green, this is for his boots and his pads, anything green on him. I want to start with a little bit of a darker color, more desaturated. I could have went darker than this, but the final product I'm very happy with, so I'm glad I used this color. Okay, so a mix of the Fang and Abaddon Black. I'm just hitting this into the higher points here. And there's some crappy airbrush skills right there, but it looks better in the end, so. Yeah, I probably should have cleaned out the airbrush after I primed him, but... Alright, and just the fang on this. Just gonna hit the high points. And yes, I know he's got a very pronounced bulge there, but we can all be adults. And we're not even going to mention the backside. Alright, the Vallejo Monocle Color German Camo Dark Green, we're going to go back in there with that. Give it a second coat. Yeah, it dries a little bit darker as it, well, it darkens as it dries, if I could talk. I'm working on little sleep and some decongestants, so you'll have to excuse that. Papa Nerdle is probably very happy. Alright, so this is Vallejo Flat Earth. Didn't want to just go with a bright gold on any of the gold parts on them, so, and I can't do non-metallic metal to save my life, so I just wanted to just add some different colors into it. And just adding some, I think that was Averland Sunset, adding some extra color in there. Hey, in the end, it does look kind of gritty when you look at it. And I did not want to go for that Stallone, really shiny gold pauldrons and all that. Hey, he should look like he's been on the streets working. So there's where we're at so far, and I'm pretty happy with it. And we're going to do the same thing with the with his badge. Just going to dry brush some paint on there. Hit all those high spots, and then we'll just accent those later. Now for the pauldron here, I didn't want to dry brush it, so I just stippled, and I'm happy how it looks. Like I said, I started spending a long time on this kit, which in the end, yeah, it looks, to me it looks great, so. Alright, we're going to add some Flash Gets Yellow to the feathers on the eagle here. And then I'm also going to add this on any of the high points. So that's chain there. We're working our way around. That's badge. Check the fingernail palette. There we go. Yeah, I'm doing this voiceover in the spring. This is late April, early May, and I usually don't get sick, but yeah, the seasonal allergies this year, I guess, are going to kill me. So it's going to be a fun spring. Okay, we're showcasing that eagle there and not his bulge. Back to the pauldron, we're going to start adding some of that Flash Gets Yellow to the edges and the center. Like I said, I am crap at non-metallic metal. It's something that really doesn't interest me that much, but I mean, something that I would like to try and possibly get better at. Okay, the pale sand. And all these colors are going to do is just give it some extra depth. But yeah, such a fun kit. And I'm glad I have Judge Death in my collection as well. He's going to be grimdark. I'll tell you that right now. He's going to be that's going to be a fun kit to work on. Yeah, and if I can find a Judge Anderson, I'll pick her up too. No, love to pick up Judge Anderson, but as a model. Yeah, I'd like to say I discovered Judge Dredd when it was like mid 80s or so. I know Games Workshop came out with some Judge Dredd minis, which I actually have in my garage. But yeah, the character just really was so cool. Judge, jury, executioner, if need be, in one person. I was just like, this is insane. But after buying a few of the comics, I found out, yes, It is insane, but it's so much fun. Going in with some sepia tone from Citadel here as I ramble on. Just going to bring all those colors together. So, yeah, years later, of course, the Judge Dredd movie came out with Stallone and the whole. But yeah, that was, I didn't care for that one because you never see Dredd without his helmet. So it's like, did you not look at your source material? Years later, the Carl Urban movie Dredd, so much better. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, it's. I would love to see Dredd make a resurgence. Okay, so this is a mix of the German dark camo green and pale sand. What I wanted to do was lighten it up to the point where it would look like scuff marks, because I'm assuming those pads are leather, but they're gonna get dirty, they're gonna get scuffed, they're gonna get scratched. So I'm gonna try and imitate that with the paint. I did the same thing on the feet, on his boots there. Yeah, I'll say it a million times in this video, I had so much fun with this model. Alright, then we're just going to dry brush the same mixture. And bring out some details there. I'm just going to go in and do the same thing with the brush. Yep, coming out good. Alright, the original mix plus some more pale sand. These are for the edges where you know it's going to start to look worn, and then I'll eventually put some more scratches in there with it. And basically what you're doing is you're trying to make texture with paint. And you can do that with cloth, you can do that with dented metal. I think I had just the right brush for it because it's split. But yeah, it's pretty much the effect that I wanted to achieve, so I'm happy with that. Okay, the previous mix with some lime green. I'm just going to add a little bit more color to it. And it's funny, since I was doing research on Judge Dredd, all my feed is just full of Dredd videos and like the most insane things Judge Dredd has done in the comics, and 10 things that he did that would horrify you. I was just like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, he was never really focused too much here in the States. And yeah, we had the comics, but the resurgence with the Stallone movie kind of brought out a lot. Alright, then we're just going to add a little bit more color there and then clean that up afterwards. Okay, now going with some Citadel lead belcher and getting that zipper. I didn't want to do the zipper in that gold. It was just getting a little too much on him. And then eventually I just take some Tamiya panel line accent and make drops inside there to separate the zipper. Put the lead belcher on his helmet badge as well. I think this is Citadel Air because it did go on very light. And the only reason I'm doing that is because what I'm going to do after that metallic paint dries, I'll just take one of the Citadel contrast paints, very thin, and put it right over the top of it. Yep, there it is, Iron Jaws Yellow. So it looks the part with just subtly. It's just not, it's not in your face. All right, Andrea Color for the Flesh Paint Set. I saw this on another video and I wanted to try it out. This is the most matte paint that I have ever worked with, and I'll tell you what, I love it. The Flesh Set, 5 colors, gives you a base, a second, they call it second base because you're going to second base, and then a couple different light colors, and yeah, there's videos, links to videos to watch it. But yeah, it's a really nice paint. I'm going to look into using more of their paints. A little bit of edge highlighting here because we want to be able to see that holster in all of its glory. Then you get the finger eraser there. And then just more highlights on the belt. I had originally thought maybe I could just do some tears and cuts and maybe some blood stains. But I was like, you know what? I'm having too much fun with them right now. Let's just make them up. All right, the dark areas. I don't know if I was trying to give a chef's kiss there or what, but yeah, the darker colors that's the second base for the Andrea Colors Flesh set. And I'm not the greatest at painting faces, so I figured I'd get a set and see how it worked out. Okay, going back in there with first base. Yeah, so I think next time I use this set, I'm going to make sure I thin it out a little bit more, because I thought they'd be a lot more transparent, but the end result is very satisfying to me, and hope you like it. What I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description to where you can get a set of this flesh set paint set from Andrea Colors. All right, I'm going in for some highlights there. Look at that mug. But yeah, this is the most probably the most daunting thing about this whole figure, because like I said, I'm not good with faces, so I tried my best, and in the end, yeah, I end up using some Gilliman Flesh contrast paint here to get into the recesses, and I'm glad I did, because I love the way it turned out. For his helmet, I didn't want to go bright red, because like I said, I wanted to use a lot of desaturated colors. So I used Corn Red from Citadel, and I think that's just 2 coats, just 2 layers there. All right, working on the Lawgiver. After it's been primed, I give it a coat of London Gray from Vallejo Model Color. And sorry guys, I did not drill out the barrel on this one. You will have to forgive me. And if it ever gets into focus here, you'll see that I'm adding that little kind of reflection on his visor there. Okay, some super glue gel. Get the Lawmaker glued in place. And I'm still going to clean that up afterwards. Yep, made a mess there, but I go back and clean that. Yeah, pretty happy with that. It took a while to get that effect too, because I was just using successive thin layers. Probably not as thin as I should have, but yeah, the end result is pretty good. Okay, going in with some Cadian Flesh Tone. I'm going back to Citadel for my faces here. Just adding some additional highlights. Cover up some of those the areas where the Gilliman Flesh was a little too harsh. I should record something tomorrow, because with the way my voice is sounding, I might sound like James Earl Jones tomorrow, and that'd be great to get some audio for a future Star Wars video. The funny thing is, most of that next now you're going to be seeing. Yeah, that mug. I figured the Stallone movie, they couldn't leave his helmet on because he wanted people to see his face. But that's not the character. I gotta clean up that little lightning bolt there. That wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I'm getting more comfortable with drawing on my paint jobs. And painting on my hands. So we're just going to go in there and angle that. And I think I just... yeah, I think I go back there and use my finger. The finger eraser. Cheapest tool you got. Then on his helmet too, the area right in front of his nose, I'm going to go in and do a little bit of flesh tone in there just to make it look like you can see his skin underneath it. That's the idea. If it works out, drinks are on me. Very cool. Alright, this is the fun part here, and it's getting close to the end of the video, so yeah, if you like it, give it a like. If you're a fan of Judge Dredd, let me know one of your favorite storylines in the comments below. Share this with some friends who are also Judge Dredd fans. But these are artist pastels, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix them together a little bit, and we're going to give Joe Dredd here a 5 o'clock shadow. Just going to stipple this on. Now you don't want to use black, you don't want to use brown. Yeah, you'll find that grays and blues are your friend when you're trying to do stubble. But we're getting down to the wire on this one. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff that I said before. But we got the final reveal coming up, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks again for watching. Thank you for putting up with my my voice the way it is right now, and we'll see you in the next one. Hey, if you liked the video, check out the selection on the left and subscribe on the right. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.